Herkese merhabalar. Connect UK World Class University webinar serimize hoş geldiniz. Ben İmran Mehmet, British Education Bureau BEB eğitim uzmanı olarak bugün bir değerli Birleşik Krallık Üniversitemiz olan Queen Mary University of London'dan yetkilimiz Josh İbrahim'le birlikte üniversite hakkında bilgi aktarıyor olacağız. Ben sözü yetkilimize bırakmadan önce çok kısa BEB'den bahsetmek isterim. Biz British Education Bureau, BEB olarak Queen Mary University of London'ın Türkiye'deki resmi temsilcisiyiz. Temsil ettiğimiz üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki tanıtım faaliyetlerini gerçekleştiriyoruz. Aynı zamanda üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki organizasyonlarını düzenleyen kuruluşuz. 2002 yılında Oxford'da kurulduk ve İngiliz-Türk kuruculara sahip bir yapımız bulunmaktadır. 20 yıldır Ankara, İstanbul, İzmir'deki 3 büyük şehrimizdeki ofislerimizde öğrencilerimize danışmanlık hizmeti sağlamaya devam ediyoruz. Uzmanlık alanımız tamamen Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemidir. Üniversitelerin giriş şartları, başvuru süreçleri ve vize aşamaları gibi tüm noktalarda öğrencilerimize destek sağlıyoruz. Tüm danışmanlık kadromuz Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemine hakimdir. Bu eğitim sistemi ile ilgili sürekli olarak eğitimlerimizi almaya devam ediyoruz. Birleşik Krallık'ta 130 tane devlet üniversitesi bulunmaktadır. Biz BEB olarak bu 130 üniversitenin 90'ının Türkiye'deki resmi temsilciliğini yapıyoruz. Ve resmi temsilciliğini yaptığımız üniversiteler için de tamamen ücretsiz danışmanlık hizmetimiz bulunuyor. Daha sonraki webinarlarımız için bizleri internet sayfamız, Instagram ve Facebook sayfalarımız üzerinden takip edebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda İstanbul, Ankara, İzmir ve Lefkoşa'daki ofislerimize de bu numaralardan ulaşabilirsiniz. Ben sözü yetkilimiz Josh'a bırakıyorum. Sorularınızı sunum sırasında veya sonunda chat box üzerinden veya el kaldırma butonuyla sesli olarak sorabilirsiniz. Thank you, Josh. It's yours now.
Thank you so much, Imran, and thank you everyone for attending today. I know particularly whilst it's been not possible for the UK universities to travel, I assume you've been attending a lot of these webinar sessions. So I appreciate that you've still taken the time out to come and speak to me today. And it's such a shame that I'm not able to visit you in person, but hopefully next spring I will be able to see more of you in person. I'm just going to share my screen now. And hopefully you should all be able to see that.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so thanks for the kind introduction, Imran. But as you'll see there, my name is Josh Ibrahim, and I'm the regional manager for Europe, CIS, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia for our incoming students here at Queen Mary University of London. I'll put this slide up at the end of the presentation as well, but those are my contact details should you want to contact me after today's session. And obviously, Imran has just shared BEB's contact details. You'll be more than happy to follow up with you after this session as well. So just really to give you a background and an introduction to Queen Mary University of London. We're established in 1785, so we've got a long history teaching a wide variety of programs, but we're founded by the London Hospital Medical College, St Bartholomew's Medical College, Westfield College, and Queen Mary College. We're essentially an amalgamation of those four institutions. Although we say that we were founded in 1785, St Bartholomew's Medical College actually dates back to the 1100s. So we've got a really, really long history of teaching medicine, although medicine in the 1100s was very different compared to the subjects that it is today. And we've also got 9 Nobel Prize winners associated with the university, the latest of which was Sir Peter Ratcliffe, who I believe won the Nobel Prize in biology in 2019 for his work on oxygen in red blood cells. I'm a historian, not a biologist, so don't ask me any more specific questions about his research papers. But I think really talking about Queen Mary University of London, we are a member of the Russell Group, and that means that we've got a very, very strong reputation. I'll speak on the next slide about what the Russell Group actually means for you and how it benefits your teaching, but we like to say it's like the Ivy League of UK universities, and it's a hallmark of quality for your degree program. We're ranked top 25 in the world for our international outlook. We're a very, very international focused university, and that's taken from the proportion of international staff, students, but also our citations and our co-authored papers across the globe. Both the student body and the quality of our research is very internationally focused. In terms of the rankings, and I'm sure this is something that you as students, and if we've got parents on the call as well, I know when we're attending events, it's something you always come and ask me, is where does the university rank? But overall, we rank 13th in the UK and 110th in the world, according to the Times Higher Education World University Rankings this year. We also rank first in London for medicine, first in London for student satisfaction, and 29th in law in the QS rankings as well, and that's in the world. So we've got a very, very strong reputation. We're also ranked 5th in the UK for the quality of our research, and you'll see there just a couple of the investments we made in these areas in recent years. So like I said, we're a member of the Russell Group, which I think is probably, if you're looking at applying to the UK for university, is a group that you may already be familiar with. But it was established in 1994 and comprises of the 24 leading research universities in the country. So these are research intensive universities, which, as well as being world renowned for their research, they also lobby the government and parliament on policy as well. So they're a very influential group of universities, but they're also the recipients of over 3/4 of university research grants and contract income as well. So particularly if you're then looking at progressing your studies, both at master's and but certainly to PhD level, the Russell Group universities are the places to do them, because they are the ones that are focused on the research, and they also have the money for those research grants as well. You may be thinking, now I know most of the students on this call are probably undergraduate students, and you may be thinking, well, yes, but how does this research really affect me? And what we'd really say is the researchers are the academics that are teaching you on your programs. So essentially the academics that are teaching you and that are leading your seminars are the people that are actually writing the textbooks that you're learning from as well. And you get access to them both in your lectures, your seminars, but you can also arrange one-to-one meetings in their office hours as well. So you really do get the access to the high quality academics that studying at a Russell Group university offers you. And just in case you didn't know, the Hotel Russell in Bloomsbury is where the first meeting was held, and that's what the Russell Group is named after. And Bloomsbury, if you're not familiar with London's geography, is actually where the University of London, which Queen Mary is part of, is actually based. And like I say, in terms of our rankings for our research, this is the latest research excellence framework, which ranks UK universities by the quality of their research. So this is kind of shows the quality of our 3-star and our 4-star research, and medicine and dentistry was ranked 4th in the world for the most highly cited research. Usually you may be familiar with seeing a top 10 table, but we like to include a top 11 table, just because you'll see there we're ranked as 5th, we're above Oxford in 7th, but we're also above King's in 11th as well. So that really does show the quality of research that we have here at Queen Mary. And as I mentioned, we are very much a global and an internationally focused university. We currently have around 27,000 students currently studying with us, and 39% of these students count as overseas. 11% of our student body is EU nationals, so that really means that around 50% of the student body is non-UK. So it's a really, really diverse and international campus. We also have currently 123 students currently studying from Turkey, which is, you'll be joining a very vibrant and well-established community of Turkish students here at Queen Mary. And I think, just to flag what really sets us apart from a lot of other London universities, which if you're looking at London universities, I'm sure you're not only looking at Queen Mary, but we are London's campus university, particularly within the centre of London. So we're located in Zone 2 on the Underground map. We are one of the only universities with a fully functioning integrated campus. So that means your accommodation is on campus, all of your classes take place on campus, the shops, restaurants, all of these facilities, all available to you on the campus location in Mile End, which is close to 3 different underground stations. You'll see there is highlighted the Whitechapel Royal London Hospital, which is where our School of Medicine and Dentistry is placed. And we do have some smaller postgraduate campuses as well. But as an undergraduate student, and if you're not studying at medicine, everything will be located on that site in Mile End. Although we wouldn't recommend it, I was a student at Queen Mary myself. You can literally probably wake up 5 minutes before your class starts from the halls of residence and still make it in on time. That's how compact and integrated the campus is. And this is just a campus map. So everything on the right-hand side of your screen, those maroon buildings, that's all student accommodation, and the teaching facilities are all located in purple there. And as I was saying, just in terms of how we're structured, Mile End is the campus that 90% of you, I'm sure, would be joining, but we do have some smaller, either the medical campus or our postgraduate campuses in law and medicine as well. But what does it mean to have a campus university? What facilities are available to you? So like I mentioned, obviously accommodation, and you'll see in the bottom right-hand side of your screen there, your libraries are also available to you. Cafes and restaurants and students' union, of course, but we also offer a career centre for our students. And I will touch upon careers a little bit more as we go through the presentation. But it's a careers team that advises our current students, but also students after they've graduated for up to 2 years as well. They can provide sessions on CV writing skills, interview techniques, presentation skills, all this sort of thing is available to our students. We also have a gym and a sports hall on campus. The gym membership is slightly extra, but we have over 70 different sports clubs, and I'll touch on that shortly as we go forward as well. And we also have a health centre and advice and counselling. So in case you're not aware, when you apply for the visa to study in the UK, you pay the NHS surcharge, which essentially entitles students to use the NHS, the National Health Service facilities in the UK for free once you're in the UK. But in terms of our actual specific location, I'm sure you're familiar with London already if this is where you're interested in studying in. But we are located in the East End of London, which is very much the arty hipster capital of London. We're located very close within walking distance to areas like Hackney and Shoreditch, which you'll see on the screen now. So these are areas well known for their shopping, their nightlife, their street food scene, and also art galleries as well. This is all right on your doorstep at Queen Mary. But now to speak about the more serious academic side of things. So we have 19 schools and institutes located at Queen Mary in 3 different faculties. So we've got our Humanities and Social Sciences faculty, which looks after everything from business and law to history, which is what I studied at Queen Mary, to politics, economics and finance, and all of those humanities type programs. We also have a Faculty of Science and Engineering, which unsurprisingly covers all of our science and engineering programs, and Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry covers the medical programs at the university. I've just got a couple of different subject rankings on your screen now. I will share these presentations with BEB after the session. I believe this session is being recorded as well, so you'll also receive the recordings of this as well. So don't worry too much if you don't scribble down all of the notes as we're going through. Now, in terms of our entry requirements, this unsurprisingly varies depending on the course that you're interested in applying to. And of course, it also depends on the high school system that you're currently taking. So if you're doing the A-levels, which is what standards in the UK, that's typically what the grades on our website would be listed. And if you're doing any A-levels, it will be anything from ABB to A-star AA, depending on the program. And if you're looking at coming onto one of our foundations, it'll be 3 Cs. If you're taking the IB diploma, it'd be between 32 and 38 overall points, but we'd also probably require certain grades in higher level subjects as well. And IB points are listed on every course page as well as the A-level requirements as well. But obviously we're in Turkey, we do accept the National Lycée Diploma for entry as well, depending on what school you're going to. And the next slide will show the list of schools where we can accept the Lycée Diploma for direct entry. If your school is not on that list, then we can consider you for the foundation. So it would still be possible to study with us. So don't worry about that. But there's certain schools that we can accept for direct entry. That's obviously the international requirements, and that's not an exhaustive list. If you're doing, say, the American curriculum as well, we do accept that for direct entry. But also, as well as the academic requirements, you would also be required to take an English language qualification. Most likely, in most cases, this tends to be the IELTS, but we also accept TOEFL or PTE or various other English language qualifications. But if we're saying IELTS, it would be between 6 to 7, depending on the course that you're taking. And this, as I mentioned, is the list of schools where we currently accept for direct entry from the Turkish National Diploma. This has been increased significantly from last year, so it may be that your school has now been added to the list, whereas previously it wasn't. Like I say, I'll send these slides around as well, and it's all available on our Turkish country page on our website as well, if you want to see that. Now, the advisors at BEB are well versed in making sure that students are able to submit their UCAS applications, but this is how we accept applications for our undergraduate courses. Now, this obviously includes your personal statement, your predicted grades, at least one reference, and some courses, as you'll see there, such as medicine, will also require an entrance exam. So the UCAT is the entrance exam that we would require. If you're interested in studying law at Queen Mary, it's important to note that we do not need the LNAT. So you just apply on your... But like I say, the advisors at BEB are more than happy to discuss how to proceed with your UCAS application. So that's for undergraduate bachelor's programs. But like I mentioned earlier, we do also have foundation programs available at Queen Mary. Now, this can be for below the grade of requirements that we're looking for, or like I say, if you're doing the accepted for direct entry. Typically, we'd require 70% overall for our foundation programs, which is a grade CCC in A levels, but you also would require a UK VI IELTS in order to take the foundation. Now, if you are looking into foundation options, you may be thinking, because you know there's companies like Kaplan or various other companies that offer foundation programs as well. How does Queen Mary's foundation program differ from these institutions? So, although companies like On Campus and Kaplan do have a foundation linked to Queen Mary, this is a completely different program. This is fully run by Queen Mary, and you'll be taught by Queen Mary academics with a mixture of subject-specific classes, some English language boosters, and academic study skills as well. But it's important to note, unlike an external foundation, you will be registered as a full-time Queen Mary student throughout your foundation year, and you'll have full access to all of the Queen Mary campus facilities, student services, societies, accommodation, all of this as well. So you really do join the Queen Mary student community rather than in a college doing a foundation program. Just to point and finish off on that, we offer 2 types of foundation at Queen Mary. So there's the 1-year standalone foundation, which is called the IFY. You'll see it on our website, but we also offer a variety of integrated foundation programs as well. The main difference between these 2 programs, apart from the slightly different entry requirements, is how you make the application. For the integrated foundation programs, you can apply through UCAS as you would a normal undergraduate degree. For the 1-year standalone foundation program, you apply directly via the course page on our foundation website. The fees and costs for our programs, like the entry requirements, this varies depending on the program that you're interested in. Normally, it's in the region of between £19,250 to £25,000 for overseas students. The notable exceptions to this are the medicine and dentistry programs that are based in London. So that's £42,500 per year, and those are 5-year courses as well. To slightly combat that, and as you'll know, if you are interested in applying for medicine or dentistry, you'll know there's a very fixed cap on the number of international students that we're able to take each year. But to try and combat this and to counteract this, we also offer a medical program at our Malta campus, which is at €27,000 per year. This still gives you the qualifying UK medical degree. You'd still be able to do your clinical foundation years in the UK and then practice in the UK afterwards, but you're taught solely at the Malta campus rather than in the UK. If for any reason you're eligible for home fees, so there are certain circumstances where Turkish students may be eligible for home fees, or you're a British national that's usually based in the UK, then the home fees are £9,250. We say that the cost of living in London is around £1,265 per month, but a little bit like Istanbul, London's one of those cities where you can probably spend as little or as much as you want, depending on your lifestyle. And housing on campus ranges from £130 to £210 per week. Now, we do have a variety of scholarships at the university. What I would say before we go through these is that we haven't had the full confirmation of what the scholarship list is going to be for September 2022 and beyond. This is the correct scholarships as of last year, and we're not expecting too many changes, but it may be that some of the programs differ or the amounts are slightly different. But we usually have a Queen Mary scholarship for science and engineering. These are all merit-based scholarships, so essentially you'll need to be getting the top grades in order to be eligible for them. The excellence scholarship for science and engineering is typically given to anyone who hits the top grades. As you'll see on those other scholarships for business and management, economics and finance and law, there are a limited number of scholarships per student. But like I say, this isn't an exhaustive list, and the full list for 2022 is yet to be confirmed. What I would really advise you to do is, if you just type into Google QMUL scholarships, there's a database where you're able to filter by the course, by the subject level, and also by your nationality or the country that you're based in, and you'll be able to see the full range of different scholarship opportunities available at Queen Mary. Now, as I mentioned, being a campus university, we do have a variety of accommodation for our students at the Mile End campus and also at other campuses as well. We have over 3,000 rooms, 700 of those rooms for postgraduates, but everything else really for undergraduate students. And it's most cases, most of our first year students will be living on campus for the first year of their study for our undergraduates. The fees for this range between £130 to £205 per week for a single room. And these costs includes all your bills, cleaning, your Wi-Fi costs as well. Depending on the price point, at the lower end, it would be a shared bathroom with your other flatmates. At the higher end, it would be your own private bathroom. And there are also meal plans available at the food outlets on campus. It's important to note, particularly if you're also looking into the US as a study destination, that unlike a lot of US universities, each bedroom is single student occupancy, so you won't have a roommate, but the actual flat and the kitchen is shared typically between 6 to 8 people. Depending on the room that you've applied for. Now, pretty much all of the undergraduate accommodation is on the campus itself. The postgraduate accommodation is usually about a 5 to 15 minute walk away from the Mile End campus, and the link there to our accommodation page is on our website as well. Now, I mentioned that we do have an on-site careers team, and I think really employability is something that Queen Mary is also about. As you'll see there in the stats, we were ranked 10th in the UK for the highest graduate starting salaries in the latest one of those. Most of our bachelor's programs are offered with a year in industry as well. So the standard bachelor program in the UK, if you're studying in the UK, is a 3-year program. What this year in industry course offers, it turns your degree into a 4-year program, whereas one of your years, typically the 3rd year of your study, is actually based at a partner company, and you'll be able to get hands-on work experience as part of your course. In a lot of cases, these internships are paid for and they count towards your degree, so they're credit bearing as well. On top of that, with the changes to the UK student visa, it's now possible for international students to stay in the UK for up to 2 years without a specific company sponsorship, to work in the UK for up to 2 years after they've graduated as well. So I think it's the UK, particularly at the moment, is a very welcoming place for international students who particularly want to maybe stay in the UK and work afterwards as well. So we are recognised by employers everywhere for producing graduates of the highest caliber. And on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see just a small list of the companies that our students have gone on to work with after they've graduated. And we also have well-known partners in a variety of fields as well. And like I mentioned earlier, the Career Service are on hand to provide one-to-one help, practice interviews, CV writing classes, and these sorts of things, which are available to you whilst you're a student, but also for up to 2 years after you've graduated from us as well. And this slide just gives you a couple of opportunities about what we offer at Queen Mary as well. So we have a number of our international students go on to work at the university as student ambassadors alongside their course, but there's also options like Q-Temps, where you can get temporary employment at a variety of different places. It's a temporary agency that helps employ our students. Q-Interns, where we again find you internships at companies as well. But there's also things like Q-Incubator, which is essentially a funding scheme for students who have business ideas, and we can help support them in order to put those business ideas into practice as well. So we're really all about making sure you're the most employable and most successful candidates you can be after you've graduated from us as well. And as I mentioned as well, like most universities, we have a number of different societies, over 150. This ranges from anything from religious to cultural, to film and TV. There's even a student radio society. So when I was a student, I had my own radio show on Quest, which is our radio network. But there's a variety of different societies. What we always say as well is there's not a specific society that you'd want to be at the university and you've got some like-minded friends whilst you're studying your programs. The Students' Union makes it really, really easy to set up your own societies as well if there's a particular society you want to create. We also have over 70 sports clubs at the university. So like I mentioned, we have a sports hall on campus, but we're one stop away from the Olympic Stadium in London as well, where a lot of the facilities that were built for the 2012 games are now available to the public, and a lot of our societies use them in order to take part and to build their sports clubs around. There's even a go-karting track, like about a 10-minute walk away from the campus as well. So whatever sport it is that you're interested in, we'll certainly be able to accommodate that as well. This is an important slide as well, and it's something that international students ask me a lot, is how much is your deposit for the course? So for undergraduate students, if you're coming onto a bachelor's program or through the integrated foundation route, you will not be required to pay a deposit. If you're applying for the foundation or you're a postgraduate student, then you'll need to pay a £2,000 deposit in order to release your CAS. But undergraduate students applying for the bachelor's don't need to pay the deposits. Once you've made your application as an undergraduate student, you'll be given access to your applicant portal. This is where you can upload any documents, you can speak with our admissions team, and it's also crucially where you request your CAS as well, and also where you apply for your accommodation. And there's also information about applying for a visa from our advice and counselling team as well. Once you've made your application, you get the access to that portal. It's your one-stop shop for information about Queen Mary. The last few slides that I wanted to cover was really just to speak about the current COVID restrictions in England, as I'm sure this is something that you will be concerned about and you'll be monitoring the news about as well. So almost all restrictions on social contact were removed in the UK in July. So that means no more social distancing, no limits on the size of gatherings, and clubs, theatres, restaurants are all open again. Cases have risen, and I'm sure you will have seen that in the news as well, but still fatalities and hospitalizations within the UK remain low. And over 80% of the over 16 population are now fully vaccinated. So this has obviously for the last year changed the mode of delivery, and I just wanted to let you know how teaching currently looks at Queen Mary. We welcomed large numbers of students onto campus this September. So on the right-hand side of your screen is a screenshot from our International Students Welcome. If you look very closely, you'll be able to see me in a face mask and on the right-hand side, directing some students to where they needed to be. But it's been really, really nice to have students back on campus and turn it back into the vibrant place that it used to be before the pandemic. It's crucial to say that every program that we offer includes some on-campus educational provision. So if you do come and study in Queen Mary, every program will have in-person teaching as part of that. And there's a full range of social activities, of course, like I mentioned previously in regards to our societies. But there is also a core element of the teaching that continues to be offered online. So that means some lectures may take place online. There may be some online quizzes and different sorts of teaching methods that are a part of your degree as well. But so there will be online components, but there will also be in-person components to your course as well. And safety on our campus remains the highest priority, of course. So we've upgraded our facilities to ensure high levels of hygiene. There's hand sanitizers pretty much in every doorway as you go around the campus, and one-way systems around the campus as well. But if you're interested in Queen Mary's response to the pandemic or any active confirmed cases, that's all reported on the QMUL coronavirus page on our website as well. And I mentioned them earlier, but advice and counselling service are supporting a lot of our students as well with these issues as well. And just to say, really, as a vaccination update on what it looks like in the UK. So all over 18s can receive a vaccination in the UK for free, regardless of their nationality or immigration status. If you've received your first dose of the vaccine before traveling to the UK, you can receive your second one here. And we do now have a vaccination centre available on campus as well. I think really from us is just if you can get vaccinated earlier, then please do. And hopefully everything will be returning to normal as soon as possible. But that was everything from me in terms of the slides about Queen Mary. I'm more than happy to take any questions right now, whether that's by the chat function or whether you wanted to speak in person. And I'm just going to leave for a moment my contact details on the screen, and I'll type those into the chat as well if you want to speak to me after today's session is finished.
So thank you very much, Josh, for the presentation. And we have one hand rising up, and two of them. Devin Hanım, sorunuzu sesli olarak sorabilirsiniz.
Tamamdır, teşekkürler. Hello, first of all, thank you for this presentation. It was very informing, and I do have two questions about the LNET and the IELTS exam. First of all, I've heard through some of my friends that some schools do not require IELTS, but some of them do if you take a higher level English lesson in IB. Do you still require IELTS for the higher level in English lessons, language B in IELTS?
No, so absolutely not. If you're doing the IB curriculum, we can take the English language component of that in order to meet your English language requirements. So we wouldn't need an extra IELTS on top of that. We can even do that if you're doing the IB and it's standard level English, depending on your grade. But for higher level, that would certainly be fine.
Okay, and my other question is for the LNET exam. You actually told the answer to this question, but I kind of missed it. So I just want to double check if I heard it right. So you do not require LNET for law, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We'd just be looking at your IB grades. We don't specify that we require the LNET.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
Eylül Hanım, sizin sorunuzu da alabiliriz.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I just wanted to ask, I already got an offer for Queen Mary Law Foundation for the next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And I was wondering, do I have a deadline to answer the offer? Because like there are other offers from other universities and I don't know the deadline. I didn't receive any email about it. So I was wondering about that.
No, so we won't have a specific deadline ourselves. I believe there's a certain, because if you've done that and applied through UCAS, then there'll be a UCAS application response deadline. But no, that won't be a problem at all. We're not going to withdraw that if you don't, as long as it meets the UCAS decision deadlines, then that will be absolutely fine. And we have a number of students in the same situation for you.
Okay, thanks so much. I was wondering about that. Thank you.
No problem.
So I'm checking the questions on the chat box. We can wait for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to type my email address in the chat while we've got a moment as well, in case anyone wants to contact me after today's session. And also a link to our prospectus as well.
So I think we covered all the questions. Thank you so much.
No
for
problem.
your presentation.
It must meant that if there's no more questions, it must meant the presentation was informative enough and that it answered everyone's questions. So
Yeah.
I hope that is the case.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. And we hope to see you in Turkey soon. Fingers crossed.
Yes, I can't wait to be back. It's the country I've missed visiting the most. It's wonderful. The food, the culture, everything about it. So yes, hope to see you all soon. And thank you so much for inviting me to the session. I hope everyone's found it useful. And yeah, hope to see you in person as soon as possible.
There is one more question. Let me tell you about that. Do you require APs for medicine?
Yes. So if you're attending the American high school system, then we would require APs, either 3 or 4 AP subjects. I believe we look for 3 APs at grade 5. This is all listed on our website as well. But yes, and we also require the UCAT for medicine as well. So you'd need the APs, the UCATs, and everything else. And that's the same both for the UK based medical program and also the one that's based in Malta.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much once again. And we hope to see you in Turkey as well.
No problem. Is that a raised hand by Devin again?
It was from the first part.
My other question is, so I know that this can depend from course to course, but for law, usually, what's the IB requirements?
Yes, so for the law program, we would typically be asking for 36 points overall with 3 6s in your higher level subjects.
What was the level for higher level ones?
Yeah, so 36 points overall, and we require 3 6s, so 6 6 6 in your higher level subjects. But there isn't any specific courses that we ask for at higher level.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
So I think there is no more question, and we wish you a great day for today, and want to see you in Turkey soon.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll share the slides with you after the presentation if you want to send those around as well, Imran. Okay, but
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Goodbye. Teşekkür ederiz. İyi akşamlar dileriz.